Hello students, welcome to ePhysics. Students, in this video we will be discussing about the rules of reflection in case of spherical mirrors. Students, here we will be discussing how the light rays will reflect when they are incidenting on a spherical mirror. So we have two types of spherical mirrors. One is the concave mirror, the other is the convex mirrors. We will discuss both the rules rules of both the mirrors simultaneously. So let's start it. Students, the first rule says if let us consider we have a concave mirror. Okay, we have a concave mirror. If we polish the outer surface of the spherical surface, then we call it as a concave mirror, and the inner surface is a reflecting part. Okay, now when we draw the principal axis, we get this as a pole. This is called the pole. This is the focus. This is the center of curvature. Now students, what happens if any light ray incidents parallel to the principal axis? Sorry for the inconvenience. Now, students, if any light ray falls parallel to the principal axis, incidents parallel to the principal axis, then what happens after reflecting? After reflecting, the light ray will pass through the focus. Okay, this is the first rule. This is the first rule. Now, this was is the case of concave mirror. Now, when we start for the convex mirror, what happens? Let us consider we have a convex mirror. In convex mirror, we used to polish the inner part of the mirror, and this is the principal axis. So this will be considered as the pole. This is the focus, and this is the center of curvature. Now, students, in the case of convex mirror as well, when the light ray incidence parallel to the principal axis, what happens? It will be diverged. Okay, it will be diverged. Now, when we retrace the reflected ray, diverged reflected ray backwards, we see that the light ray passes through the focus. Okay, this was the first rule in the case of concave mirror and in case of convex mirror as well. Now, the second rule says, students, now again, let us consider we have a concave mirror. We have a concave mirror. This is the pole. This is the focus, and this is the center of curvature. Now, what happens if we incident any light ray which is passing through the focus? Let us consider light ray passing through the focus. Incident on the spherical mirror passing through the focus, then what will happen? It will reflect parallel to the principal axis. It will be reflected parallel to the principal axis. Now, for in the case of convex mirror as well, students, now let's consider we have a convex mirror. Convex mirror, this is the focus. Let us consider this is the center of curvature. This is the center of curvature. This is pole. Now, any light ray falling on the focus, when we retrace it beyond the mirror, we will see the light ray is passing through the focus. What happens after reflecting? It will pass parallel to the principal axis. This is the second rule, students. Now, in the case of third rule, okay, in the case of third rule, let us consider again, draw the concave mirror. This is the pole, this is the focus, this is the center of curvature. Now, if any light ray passes through the center of curvature on the spherical surface, okay, center of curvature, it reflects back on the same path without getting diverged. The same thing is followed in the case of convex mirror as well. Let us consider we have this as a convex mirror. This is the principal axis, this is the pole, focus, and let us consider this is the center of curvature. If we incident any light ray passing through the center of curvature. If we trace the light ray beyond the mirror, we see it is passing through the center of curvature. Now what happens when the light is reflected? It reflects back on the same path without getting diverged. So these are the few rules that we will have to understand, and with the help of these rules we will be making, or the image formation in the case of spherical mirrors, in the case of concave and convex mirrors. Okay, spherical mirrors, that is the type of mirrors, concave mirror and the convex mirrors. Now student, there is one more rule. Let's understand that as well. Now let us consider again. We polish the outer surface, so this becomes the concave mirror again. This is the pole, this is the focus, this is the center of curvature. Now what happens students, if we incident any light ray on the pole, it will be reflected. It will be reflected downwards. If we incident it from the upward direction, it will be reflected downwards. According to the laws of reflection, we will consider this principal axis as the normal. This angle between the incident ray and the normal will be considered as the angle of incidence, and this angle formed between the principal axis and the reflected ray will be considered as the angle of reflection. Here also, according to the law of reflection, angle of incidence is equals to angle of reflection. Okay, same case will be followed in the case of convex mirror as well. This is the polished part, this is the reflecting part. Let us consider this is the principal axis, this is the pole, focus, and the center of curvature. Now what happens students? Again, if we incident any light ray on the pole, it will be reflected, and this principal axis will be considered as a normal, and according to the law of reflection, the angle of incidence, this is the angle of incidence, that is the angle between the incident ray and the normal, is called the angle of incidence. The angle formed between the principal axis and the reflected ray will be considered as the angle of reflection, and angle of incidence will be equal to the angle of reflection for both the cases. Okay, so these are the few rules, the four cases that we have to understand, so that we will be able to form the images in the case of concave and convex mirrors. Okay, so that's it with the video. Thank you very much for watching the video.